fucking good. And I wrote all those jokes before I went on stage. No joke. I think some of them I had already written down, but I rewrote them and I compiled them and I actually numbered them. But I think that I'm gonna try harder to actually stand up because it's better when I do that because I'm not as nervous. I've noticed that I'm nowhere near as nervous. Damn son, right? Right? I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You want me to stop shooting? Everywhere! There's no escape. There's no escape from it. Because if I hold the camcorder, the sun will still be there. I tried with this thing. There's only so much I can do. No, it's not working. About quantity, not quality, at least when it comes to creativity. I could spend forever trying to perfect something, but I feel like I'd be wasting quite a bit of time. Besides, I believe in what I do, even if you don't. Besides, lead more enjoyable lives than mine, because they're not conscious of what they do and how it negatively impacts them and everyone around them. But they would say, well, it's none of your business, which is true. What I find interesting about that statement is how many people will wonder why a person cares about certain things, certain behaviors that aren't very good. And they'll say, why are you so bothered by this person doing this? This doesn't affect you, but it actually does affect me. If it doesn't so now, it will eventually. Everything affects everything. People that aren't conscious of this are terrible. Yeah, they're terrible. Yeah, they're terrible. Yeah, they're terrible. But at the same time, I am somewhat envious. That's why they say ignorance is bliss. Arrogance is bliss. I don't know about ignorance. Maybe a combination of the two. Can we combine those words? How do we do that? Because it's too what are they called? Vowels? Other vowels? A and I. Right. I don't know if you can. Ignorance. Ignorance. Yeah, I would say that that's really like a way worse problem. When people are really arrogant about their views, but they're really ignorant about like the bigger picture. So it's like they might be really knowledgeable about a particular subject matter, or they might be really knowledgeable about like, you know, why they feel the way that they do about something. And that's good. You know, I'm all in favor of people, you know, having knowledge of things. But it's like if you're not aware of how that affects other things. Take something like gay marriage. What's the big deal about gay marriage, right? What's the big deal? Gay people want to get married, let them get married. How does that negatively impact somebody that has nothing to do with them? Well, it affects the culture. It affects the culture and it affects marriage as a whole. Now, I know you don't have to say it. Marriage was already a joke. Okay? Most marriages will end in divorce. What's so silly to me is people that get remarried. It's like you obviously don't believe in marriage. So why would you pretend again? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. But like, a lot of people have asked me, like the more liberal comics, which is most of them, have asked me, well, you know, why do you care about the trans issue? What does it matter? Well, that situation really is a my body, my choice. But at the same time, like, what you do with your body does affect other people. You know? I mean, case in point, you have all these people with tattoos. The more people with tattoos, like, the more normalized that will be. And the more people will see that and go, I want a tattoo. I want to do that. You know? So, yeah, it is your body to preserve, and it's your body to destroy. And, you know, people that believe in God would say, well, no, your body doesn't belong to you, it belongs to God. Well, I think it's pretty clear that, you know, people that are willing to carve up their body or put a fuck ton of ink on it probably don't feel that way. I mean, maybe they do. I'm sure there are plenty of religious people that have a fuck ton of tattoos. But, I mean, I have tattoos. But this isn't like me judging people for being, like, aesthetically displeasing or whatever. I'm just saying that does affect the culture and that does affect other people. Like, on principle, though, like, I mean, it doesn't directly affect another person, but indirectly it most definitely does. And indirectly it affects all kinds of things. And so this is what I'm talking about with people that are like, they're really arrogant about their lifestyle choices, but they're really ignorant about how those lifestyle choices impact everything and everyone. But I can understand how that comes across as judgmental and selfish, and I'm gonna make what you do about me, you know? How dare you get that tattoo? Don't you know how I feel about it? I mean, one of the main reasons why I got tattoos was because my parents were opposed to it, you know? I was one of those children. Always do the opposite of what mommy and daddy want you to do. But, yeah, man. To think that our actions don't affect other people is really, really stupid. You know? But I forgot what my original point was, but I don't know, I just get really annoyed when people act like, oh, it's not going to affect anybody. Well, look at the way that people raise their kids. You know, that's a clear example of how, you know, if you raise your kids wrong, they're going to grow up fucked up, and they're probably going to do something fucked up. They're probably going to end up hurting a bunch of people, whether they want to or not. Because a lot of people aren't conscious of how much their parents screwed them up. Because it's too painful. Like, I've talked to so many people that, if you even ask them about their childhood, or you even ask them about, like, how their parents raised them, it's like, they don't even want to talk about it. They just assume that has nothing to do with the way that they conduct themselves today, which is ridiculous, you know? Because we internalize things on a regular basis, and now you have these phones that everybody's got in their pocket all the time that are just like distracting us from having to process things the way that we'd naturally process them. And I don't even know if the way that we processed them prior to smartphones was actually natural or not, but I know it was a hell of a lot more natural than what we're doing now. So it just seems like everything's another version of shit. And so it just keeps getting shittier and shittier because you know, we have all these methods of communication and these methods of distraction and these methods of, you know, pretending that we give a fuck that are so much more dangerous than they ever were. And so, I don't know. Everything just seems so futile. And I don't want to say that because I feel like that's too negative, but at the same time, like, that's how I feel, man. That's how it appears. But, you know, I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. Like, this election could change everything, and, you know, we could have a country again, right? We could have a country again. You think that's even remotely possible? I don't, but I hope you believe in hope.